We are joined by Michael Haokip, who is the president of the Thadou Student Association. Well, the Thadou community has always been there in Manipur, but in recent times they are in the news because of the convention that was held in Guwahati, which has created quite some interesting headlines. One of the very crucial aspect of this convention was when a statement was released in the convention which talked about the distinctiveness of the community.
Right.
Sir, first of all, explain to our viewers, we have been covering Manipur, the recent conflict, vis-a-vis the Kuki and the Meitei conflict.
Right.
It has been a very clear covering of the issue as far as the Meitei and the Kuki communities are concerned.
Right.
But now we have the Thadou community who is talking about that they do not identify as Kuki community, firstly. Secondly, it is a colonial sort of a terminology used to describe the Thadou community, and they are distinct. Why is these statements important for the Thadou community, and why are these statements being made at this moment?
First of all, I would like to clarify that this is not the first time that Thadou people of Manipur have asserted ourselves as distinct Thadou tribe identity. It has been for a long time that we are distinct, but the problem is because of the blanketing of the Thadou people as Kuki and not able to come up with distinguishing features or factors to differentiate between Thadou from Kuki. That is one such complex features that does not make the Meiteis and the non-Manipuris to identify or understand the ethnicity of Manipur. So Manipur being a multi-ethnic society, so if we talk about multi-ethnic society, first of all you need to know who all are the communities, the indigenous or the native people living in Manipur in that 22,000 square kilometers of the state Manipur. Today we are in under Indian constitution, and we are in Manipur is one of the Indian states, and the Thadou people are one of the 29 original recognized scheduled tribes of India as per the presidential order in exercise of the Article 342 of the Indian constitution. So Thadous are recorded as Thadou since 1881 census of India, and then even till 2011 census, Thadous are recorded as Thadous, and they possess the maximum and the largest population of the scheduled tribes community in Manipur. And in terms of the community, Thadous are the second largest communities in Manipur next to the Meitei.
Since you said that you do not identify as Kukis, then there are also political demands made by the Kukis for all hills people.
Right.
So do you agree with these political demands?
And broadly, Manipur, three communities, so to say, the Meitei, the Nagas, and the non-Naga Zou tribal community, the Zou tribes, are having three competing demands. Three conflicting parties have three competing demands. That makes the political scenario of the state unstable, and that also makes the government of India and the government of Manipur finds it difficult to come up with a type of formula to solve this type of political demand. As regards to the context of the Thadou tribes in the present Manipur crisis, so the position of the Thadou tribe is very clear that we cannot expect anything political out of this communal conflict, and we don't have that political aspirations out of this communal conflict. That's very clear. What we want is we want our Thadou tribe who has been subjugated, suppressed, and who have been subdued by the Kuki supremacist agenda, who have been backed by the Kuki militants, that makes the Thadou tribes unable to raise their voice. So the Thadou Students Association is the only one who is vocal, but and knowing the situation, the diaspora and the intellectuals of the Thadous around the globe came together and formed Thadou Community International, and we put our stance very clear. Thadou students of Manipur and Thadou community of Manipur position on the present crisis is non-violence solution, justice, and peace. These are the three
So you
things
do not
that
adhere to the demand of the separate administration raised by the Kuki community in the hills.
separate administration has been first raised by the 10 Zou tribal MLAs after the crisis in less than 10 days of the start of the violence. And after the visit of the Union Honorable Home Minister, it was pointed out to them and made it very clear to all the forums and all the societies that any kind of political solution and aspirations of the Zou tribal people has to be done through the platform of the SOO groups like the UPF and the KNO. So we don't have any political aspirations out of this crisis or this communal conflict between the Kukis and the Métis.
Okay, there is another demand that I have been reading here is the demand for the NRC. So
Right.
can you tell us more about that? Why is the NRC issue being raised by the Thadou community?
NRC is a central subject, number one. And the Manipur government and the people of Manipur accept the Kukis, which includes the Nagas, the Naga tribes, the 22 Naga tribes, and then the non-Naga tribes like Tado. We are support the move for implementation of NRC as requested by the state government and the people of Manipur, and we don't oppose to this because the issue of illegal immigrants, foreigner issues, and the issues of infiltration has been raised by the people of the state. So in order to have a kind of holistic discussion and decision has to be by the government of India. So this NRC is one such solution which what the people of Manipur thinks, but the Kuki community should not perceive it as a kind of target, community target to them. So that is a very wrong narrative set by the Kuki people. So the Thadou people says yes, on the issue of NRC, what is the harm? Because we are indigenous, we are not afraid. Our forefather has been living here. We are not opposed to that. There is nothing harm because we are the son of the soil, we are the native inhabitants of the state. So whoever is afraid or have a problem with NRC, which is a central subject, which has to be implemented by the central government only, should be perceived as a foreigner or an illegal immigrants or a refugees if they are opposed to that. So I think the issue of NRC have not been objected by the Thadou common people, and the leadership have taken a bold decision not to oppose but support even if the central government implements in the state of Manipur.
Also, one of the issue that you talked about is the issue of you just said that Kuki supremacy.
Right.
Do you think Kuki supremacy has overpowered the aspirations of your community?
Absolutely. You go to Cape Kampopi, you go to Churachandpur, Thadous are the largest number of population as per census of 2011. So if you check the data, you will find Thadous in all the districts. Unlike the other tribes who are confined only into one particular district, Thadous are found in all the districts. So now you go to, especially after the crisis, after 3rd May, you go to in the hill districts like Kampopi and Churachandpur where Thadous are found in maximum, you will not find any Thadou organization. They have been suppressed. They have been subdued. They have not been allowed to participate and raise their voice.
Who is suppressing them?
The Kuki militants and the Kuki supremacist agendas and their supporters.
Okay. Last question, do you think the conflict in Manipur is also about the issue of illegal supply of drugs? Do you think that has also played a role in this? Do you think that an issue also needs to be taken up in the highest level?
Absolutely. Drugs is the main issues because if you do the socio-economic impact assessment, so though not officially done by the government or by any other agencies, if it is to be conducted and done, so drug is the main issue. So we request the convention have requested the state government to do it effectively with proper roadmap and with the involvement of the community engagement is a must. This is what we have raised. Yes, we support the war on drugs. The convention have supported the war on drugs initiated by the Manipur government. We don't find it
Do you
much
think?
effective.
Do you agree with the CM, Manipur CM's, who has been constantly tweeting about the war on drugs campaign? Do you support that campaign?
Of course, all the 34 recognized tribes have supported way back in 2019 in the Imphal Bhagachandra Open Air Theatre in Imphal. All the tribes have already pledged. All the 34 recognized tribes have already pledged to support. So that's not a new thing, but the convention feels like the government is not doing enough because the menace of drugs is more rampant after the violence, and the impact assessment done generally by the people feels that this has many more has to be done in the war on drugs campaign with the involvement of the community engagement, and then effectively the government have to do it more. This is what we appeal to the state government.
Last question before we wrap up. A lot of lives have been lost. There are official figures stating that more than 250 lives have lost, and a lot of people have been injured, killed. What is your appeal to end this violence? What is your appeal so that this violence can stop and Manipur can go back to normalcy?
First of all, we pay our honor to all the lives, irrespective of the Kuki or the Meitei, and it was quite unfortunate. So, past has passed, gone has gone. Right from day one, among the Zhou tribal, non-Naga tribes, Tado are the first tribe till today, I should say, who openly campaign for peace and restoration. And Thadou Student Association have already suggested to observe 3rd May, the day of the conflict, as a Manipur Peace Day, because we feel like Manipur is our home, and then we cannot be separated or segregated. This type of separation or segregation is an artificial or a man-made or a temporary or a momentary kind of thing. So we are so sorry for the loss of lives, and then we pray for the families. Our appeal for peace is not that innocent life has to be protected at any cost. There's no point of fighting or killing, and there is not a kind of competition. Just by killing maximum number of Meiteis, by killing maximum number of Kukis, that will not bring or fulfill their aspirations. So we don't support violence, and pertaining to the stopping of violence. First, the people needs to understand. The people of Manipur, both the Kukis and the Meitei, needs to understand what exactly is the root cause of the problem. What makes this conflict or violence coming up to this scale? So this has to be assessed properly, and we need to correct this wrong. And then finally, our request is like, the people has to be, informed only the truth, not based on the narrative. So the stance of the Thadou community is truth telling, non-violence, and then justice, and people have to get justice. So the Thadou people, Thadou in Manipur will fight for justice for all the Thadou community, because Thadou has been caught up in between the Kuki and the Meitei conflict, and many of the Thadou's life has been lost, and we will fight for justice as per the customarily practice of the Thadou community. Yes, in fact, the government have constituted, the Supreme Court have constituted maximum number of SITs, and various agencies have looked into the, investigated into the various incidents happening. Apart from that, anybody who identifies themselves as distinct Tado So the Thadou in P Manipur, which was formed in the convention Thadou in P Manipur, will fight for justice to all the victims of the Thadou community.
So this was Michael Haokip, who has talked about the distinctiveness of the Thado identity, and he has stated that this unique identity of the Thado should be separated and emancipated further so that their issues can be highlighted in a different manner. With video journalist Nishant, this is Nibir Daga reporting for NewsX.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.